Tell the world who we're looking at here, this dapper young man.
This is Linwood Alford. Linwood's a member of the Larry Bruno Foundation Board of Directors, and he does many good things around the city of Beaver Falls as well as the whole community. And Linwood is here today to talk to us about, I think, about the nice gifts we got from Joe Namath, who he sent to Linwood, who Linwood is our liaison to our connection with Joe, and keeps Joe updated on what we're doing. And if we have anything that we would like Joe to be involved in, Linwood's the guy that takes care of that for us.
See, now you tell me. All these years I'm calling Joe, and I'll just say, hey, Linwood told me to call me. He'll get back to me.
And that's just one of the things he does for us. But I think maybe he might talk about the nice gift that we got that we're going to raffle off.
Oh, you want to show it?
Yeah, one of the jerseys at the banquet.
Oh, nice.
July 29th. And Linwood brought this up to us today, so that's our friend Linwood
The
Alford.
signatures on the back.
Oh, okay, on the back too?
Name
It has some writing on there.
That's beautiful.
And it's the pink cancer game jersey. It's very rare. And come to the banquet, and you could have a chance to win it in a raffle.
MagicalCoach.org, July 29th, Club at Shadow Lakes. All right, Linwood, let's go back. Bruno, playing in the early 60s.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Okay, I met Joe Namath when I was 4 years old. I've been knowing Joe since I was 4. Other than his brother Frank, I've been knowing Joe longer than anybody on the face of the earth. Okay, and we have been friends. I'm talking about true friends from that time to this. I have done a lot of things with Joe Namath. As a matter of fact, if you've seen any of his documentaries, I'm in it. Okay, I'm in probably 10 books. Some of the books that I'm in, they tell me, well, hey, this book is on you and Joe, because Joe wrote so much on me as far as our friendship was concerned and our parents. Now, let's bear in mind that when we became friends, this was in the early 50s, and things of that nature didn't happen. Now, America's great now, it's great for everybody, but it hasn't always been. And Joe was raised as a child, okay, to care about all people, which helped Joe tremendously in his career because he adjusted well. When we were coming along, there were great ball players in which Ed Nose, Chicken Taylor, Richard Pete, Henry
Barrett.
Yeah, Henry Barrett. With Bo played. But these guys never really got the opportunity to play. And these guys probably could have played professionally. Okay?
Right.
Now these are the guys that taught Joe. Okay?
Right.
Because he lived in a neighborhood whereas you had pressure, because everybody could play.
Everybody.
And what was beautiful about Joe, he was better. He wasn't as good.
Better.
He was better. Okay. And so he was destined to be a star. And Ed mentioned baseball. Well, Joe had a contract from Chicago. And when Joe was 13, 14 years old, the guys 16, 17, 18 years old would come and get Joe to play baseball with him. I mean, that's how good he was at that age. We would go watch Joe and the older guys play baseball. But Joe was playing. I recall once they had a basketball tournament, two-man tournament. Bucking on the telephone pole, of course. And I went to Fifth Street Elementary. Joe went to St. Mary's. And at school that day, they asked me, they said, well, Linwood, they called me Rink. They said, well, Rink, because I used to think I could skate, but I couldn't. So they called me Rink.
Where did they come up with this stuff.
Right. So they said, well, Linwood, who you want to bring to play, to play with you? Who's going to be your partner? I said, I got a friend that stays across the street, And
That's a ringer right
yeah,
there.
and they said, "Oh, come on, man! How do you really think you're going to win with him? Man, how could you don't care no white boy beat us?" So I said, "Well, we'll see, And so we were little kids. So me and Joe went down, and and they're looking at Joe, and Joe's looking at them, and because he don't know these guys,
No.
So and we start playing. We murdered them. We murdered them. So when we got down, they said, "Man, where'd you find that boy at, man?" I said, "I told you that's my friend from across the street, And from that day forward, they were all close. I mean, they were close.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it was. I mean, they took to Joe like, because he had that kind of personality. He was that kind of kid. But Joe was pushed. He once put it in a book. He said that he had to actually let me win so he could go eat dinner. He said, because I hated to lose.
One more.
Yeah. I believe I can beat you this time. But, and I enjoy talking about him, as you can tell, because I love Joe.
Oh, well, I'm sure he loves you. Listen, on the other side of the old 10th Street Bridge, I grew up in the same atmosphere. And Joe one time on the radio told me how difficult it was when he went to Alabama, seeing the things that he was seeing back then, because he couldn't identify with it, because here it was a melting pot, you were all one,
Right.
And he said it was really tough. Look, there are a lot of great quarterbacks in Western Pennsylvania. We all know who they are. But Joe really was the guy, was he not?
One of the top three. I would say absolutely. Joe was the
no
guy.
question.
We have videos to prove it.
Yeah, because see, on the field is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but your personal life is another.
Right.
See, Joe was, for years people would say, Joe's a little cocky. Joe has never, ever been cocky. Joe was always confident.
Right.
I mean, Joe believed he could win. And Joe was the type, me and Joe would give kids, nickels and dimes, and we didn't have no money ourselves.
That's Joe.
When he got involved with the March of Dimes, he said when they asked him what he thought about was me and him collecting the dimes that you used to stick in the little cards.
Right.
He said, yeah, that's what we did. That's what he said he thought about that. He said, yeah, me and Linwood used to do that. I'd love to be involved.
You know what I've realized here? All these years, I thought Joe Namath created his own style. I think he got it off of Linwood.
Indeed, he did.
I'm telling you, that's why he was always looking so good.
No question.
Hey, God bless you. I love Beaver Falls, and look, I just love this whole idea of what you're doing, and anytime I can step up and give back, I will. It's just because Joe has never, ever forgot where he's from.
No. And the beauty of it all, what he's left, and Joe will tell you, life is a team sport.
Right.
And the beauty of it all is what this foundation is doing. It's in their hearts and in their minds to give back, to recognize other people. That is what's important in this life. That's what makes life a team sport. Okay, because we care about others. I mean, every year we work hard towards making the greatest banquet ever. Every year we want it to be the greatest banquet ever. Why? Because we're giving. We're giving. We want these kids. We want these kids to be the best that they can be. People that have achieved things, we want to recognize them because they deserve it. And this foundation is about that. And I love being a part of it.
Well, we love having you here. We've got one more, Bill Livingston. We're going to talk about him in our final video tonight. But please, Steve, tell them about the dinner and how they can get tickets.
The dinner is at Shadow Lakes Country Club in Aliquippa. It's July 29th. You can get tickets by calling Ed at 412-298-1430. There's still tickets available.
They're running out.
We're running out fast, so get your tickets and come down and spend a wonderful evening with some great people.
And you'll get to meet Linwood. He'll tell you how to dress. Man, he looks good. All right, we'll come back. One more here tonight.
I have a chance to win this.
Yeah, that's pretty in pink. You got it. Mr. Joe Namath. Signed, sealed, and delivered. We'll be back. Stay with us.